I have not included this R1 Avantgarde from Audiovector in my last video. The reason is simple. I came to a conclusion putting the speakers in my very last video altogether with this R1 would make those speakers second rate, and it seemed rather unfair for them because they are much cheaper than R1. Further, I think this speaker from Denmark deserves more attention. It is the most high-end bookshelf speaker that I reviewed in this channel so far. Its sonic quality is even more high-end and easygoing Focal Canto number 1. It should be in the same arena with Focal Sopra 1 or Bow & Wilkins 805 Diamond. It is that good. I have covered R1's appearance on my other video. I will mainly talk about how I felt about its performance. So what makes this R1 so special? First, R1's clarity is way above many other bookshelf speakers. When I say clarity, some may think R1 has rather thin sonic signature, but R1 also has ample amount of intensity at the same time. In fact, its intensity surpasses most other bookshelf speakers also. Here's an illustration. Glasses of tea and whiskey. Now, whiskey is definitely clearer and yet more intense than tea. Many things clarity and intensity cannot or hard to coexist, and it is partially valid in low-cost audio equipment, but well-made high-end products mostly manage to grasp both seemingly opposite attributes. System upgrade, I think, is a process shifting from tea to whiskey. This R1 is safely in the whiskey domain. In order to accomplish such clarity, high-grade units are included in R1. Audiovector claims both AMT tweeters and carbon woofers are from Scanspeak, a prominent Danish unit maker, capable of making expensive, high-performance units. I believe these units are made to order for Audiovector, and it could cost a few $100s easy if they are available in retail. I've heard many AMTs so far, and I was never this much satisfied with the performance. And the carbon units, well, they are satisfyingly precise and highly responsive, just as any well-made carbon unit should. Some carbon units, however, can be weightless at times, and that could trigger undesirable outcome. Fortunately, I could not find any of those in R1. But units aren't everything. R1's enclosure is extremely well made, which effectively minimizes unwanted vibration. It is a kind of speaker that does not rely on coloration. Less coloration leads to more precise, clearer sound. If the enclosure has less vibration, units can project sound with less distortion. I know there are other schools utilizing coloration, and some of them sounds great and expensive also. But most high-end, in narrow sense, high-end speaker makers attempt to emphasizing precision. After all, it is a matter of school, and one thing is sure, R1 is within the high-end school. R1 delivers massive information in very well-controlled manner. I have compared R1 with 3 other pair of bookshelf speakers over a month, and I could always hear more information on R1, and I could hear some information only in R1. It is quite obvious, given the high performance units and impeccably well-built enclosure. Bass resolution of R1, for instance, is simply superb. All the bass notes hit and fade in most accurate manner. Sound staging of R1 is absolutely fantastic. I have not seen a speaker carved sidewall of the stage like R1 for a long time. R1 does not forget musicality either. It portrays musical impression quite joyfully. Overall, there is almost no unwanted ambiguity in R1 in terms of sound, and at the same time, R1 delivers slam of left-hand keys of piano, temperamental bowing of violin, or singer's intended tone with more than adequate musicality. What I miss from this speaker is a little bit of viscosity though. I know there are speakers cover all attributes of my tick box brilliantly, but then again, they mostly come with higher price tag. I have experienced many speakers and I have to say some of them were more impressive than R1. But if I must choose a speaker from the speakers I reviewed so far in this channel, of course, I would definitely pick this R1. R1 shows more realism and presents more aggressive side of classical music than Vienna Acoustics Haydn, more responsive and accurate than Harvest P3, more intense and uptight than JBL R100 Classic, faster and more maniac than Focal Cantor No. 1. This well-made bookshelf speaker fits with my preference in terms of handling music I listen, like impressionist piano solo, string quartet, jazz trio, either instrumental music or all pop. But as I always say, there is no speaker that would please everyone. Some may prefer easier presentation, more coloration, more amount of bass, or even more accuracy than R1. One of my friends still thinks Klipsch's Forte 3 was the best, which I do not agree. My wife still remembers Harvest P3 with trial diagrams and loved JBL R100 Classic. One thing is very clear though. R1 is the closest to stereotype high-end sound among the speakers I reviewed in this channel. And of course, listeners' preference is another matter. I'll be back with more down-to-earth bookshelf speaker, which you can see back there, and possibly Pro IDSD DAC from iFi. I hope I get to review speakers on my wish list sooner than later. Thank you for watching and see you soon.